The ultimate goal will be to multiply and divide rational numbers. So we know by saying rational numbers, we're going to be looking at positives and negatives. We're also going to be looking at fractions and decimals. Okay? What is negative 12 times 9? Somebody give me the answer to that. What do you get, Chloe, when you multiply those together?
Negative 108.
Chloe says negative, which I would definitely agree with that. Is she correct with the 108? Good job, Chloe. 11 times negative 10. What do you end up with? 11 times negative 10. What did you get? Negative 110. Good job. Negative times positive is always going to give you a negative. 14 times 12. What do you get there, Kaylee?
168.
168. So far, so good. It looks like a fraction. Does it matter? No, it's a division statement. What is negative 48 divided by a negative 6? And before you answer that, just tell me, will it be positive or will it be a negative answer? Justin?
Positive.
It's going to be positive. So what is negative 48 divided by negative 6? What's it going to be, Ben?
8.
8. Okay? What about 140 divided by negative 10? Will it be positive or negative? It's going to be negative. And my final answer is a negative 14. Good. Negative 81 divided by 3. Positive or negative answer? Cole? Will it be positive or negative? Negative. Good. And at that point, 81 divided by 3 is what? What's it going to be, Ben?
Negative 27.
Negative 27. Just checking our rules out, right? Let's see if we got it. Oh, I know what I don't have. It's going to fixing to get loud, I think. Just a minute. Remember how to do it? Good job. Why do we cancel first?
That way you don't have a humongous thing.
Get rid of the big numbers, that's right. Eventually you're gonna be working with all the algebraic expressions. Looking at the variables. It still works. Okay?
That was a good song.
Okay, so let's take a look at it.
Grammys and acting.
Huh?
Do you get Grammys and acting?
I think so, I don't know. Alright, so take a look. Just showing us how to do it again. I've put in the bow tie on it, just so you remember. Wear your bow tie tonight. Cancel the fractions before you multiply them. Okay? So make sure you put that bow tie on and reduce fractions before you multiply. It reduces the chance of error. Okay? Every little bit you do reduces the chance of error, and it helps you not have to deal with the big honking numbers. We don't like big numbers. Okay, so a little bit of reminder. What do I have to do to mix numbers before I can multiply or divide them? Is there anything I have to do, Chloe?
Multiply the 5 and 5 and then add 1.
Okay, so I have to change mixed numbers into improper fractions. This is all kind of review. And what I heard Chloe said, she said take the negative 5 times 5, multiply those, and then turn around and add what you get to the numerator. So in this case, what is negative 5 times 5? What's it going to be, Justin? Negative 5 times 5, Justin?
-1.
Negative 5 times 5? What's 5 times 5?
25.
So I have negative 25 plus 1, so that's going to give me negative 26 over 5 divided by 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7/3. Okay? Now, do I divide fractions like this?
No. You keep change foot.
Okay? Do not divide fractions. Okay? We want to keep, change, flip. Keep the first one, negative 26/5. Change division to multiplication and flip or multiply by the reciprocal. The flip is 3/7, or the reciprocal of 7/3 is 3/7. Now can I multiply straight across? Yes. But what do I want to do because I'm multiplying fractions now? What should I do before I do the multiply? See if I can do what? Bow tie, okay? So then I want a bow tie. And when I bow tie, can I reduce here with the negative 25/5? Somebody said, oh, that's supposed to be a 6, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you. That was supposed to be a 6. Uh-huh, thanks, guys. Get out of there, 6. Okay,
It's supposed to be.
get out of there, 5. How about if I put the 6 back? Okay, can I bow tie in that? No, I can't. Bow tie doesn't work. So what is negative 26 times 3? What is negative 26 times 3, Jaslyn?
78/35. Well, what's that? It's a mixed number.
26 times 3 is 78. And 5 times 7 is 35. Do I leave my answer that away? No. Now I turn it back into a mixed number, right? How many times will 35 go into 78? Twice?
And there's 2.
Because 35 times 2 is 70, am I correct? So then we would have 8 35ths left over. And is that as far as I can go with it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Talon, you got it done? Is it on your paper?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it on yours, Mr. Harity? Well, both of you don't need to be talking to each other, right? Pardon?
Well, he turned around and said the same thing to me. I said I was just telling you.
Okay, I'm thinking we need to stop all the idle chit chat, folks.
That should be a negative, right?
Should that be a negative?
Yes.
Yes, it should. Yes, it should, because this was a negative. Okay? How do we know how many decimals are in the product when we're multiplying decimals? We've multiplied decimals before. How do we know how many decimals are in the product of this particular one? How would we know it? I've got Cole and Ben, and they know how to know. And Kaylee knows how to tell. Mr. Zach, how do I know? Do you know?
How to multiply.
How do I know how many numbers are in the decimal? How many digits are in the decimal?
How many, like, if it's like 3.6, the decimal is moved over 1, and you take it moved over 1, and with it negative 2.5, you move it over another 1, and you get your answer.
So how many decimals should be in the product of this answer? Should go out to what place value of the decimal? What place value is it going to go out? Ben?
Tenths?
Mm-mm. Nope. What place value?
100.
To the hundredths, because how many digits do I have after the decimal? I have 2 at the tenths, don't I? So there's 2 total. So I have to go to the hundredth place. So I've got negative 2.5 times 3.6, and I know I need 2 decimals. When I multiply it, 6 times 5 is 30, 6 times 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Now I get 9. Is it going to be positive or negative? It's got to be negative, but where's my decimal?
In between the 9 and 0.
Right there. Okay? So it just so happens that negative 9 by itself would have been acceptable. But I had to carry those 2 decimal places before I answered that question. Okay? Okay? And what I do is I count the digits behind the decimal. Okay? That's how I know. I count the digits behind the decimal, and the product has to have the same number of digits behind the decimal. Okay? Like I said, this is a review for most of you. Okay? Let's find out. Tell me what to do with it. I've got negative 6/5 divided by negative 1/2. Somebody talk me through this. Tell me what to do. Zach.
Negative 6/5 times 2 over 1.
And that 2 over 1 is also a negative. Do you agree? So negative times negative, I know I have to have a positive answer. Well, what is 6 times 2? And what is 5 times 1? What's it going to be? 5. And I know this is negative, or this is positive because it was negative times negative. Okay? Do I leave my answer as 12/5?
No.
What is the final answer then? Chance?
2 5 negative 2 5.
Wait a minute, is it negative?
Oh, no, it's positive.
But my final answer has to be 2 and 2/5. Does everybody agree with that?
Yes.
Okay? Look at number 2. What do you have to do first? Cole, what do I have to do first with number 2? Nope. I can't do that yet. What do you notice right there, Cole?
Oh, you gotta make it into a mixed number.
It is a mixed number, and I gotta make it into an improper. So I have 1/3 divided by negative 8/3. Do you agree with that, Cole? Now what do I do? Keep, change, division to multiplication, and flip to the reciprocal. So what's my final answer going to be? Josie? 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. Do you agree?
Yeah.
And what is 3 times 8?
Bow tie.
Ah, yes, ma'am, I do. I like it, Josie. Josie says I want a bow tie right there. Am I right, Josie? 3 divided by 3 is 1 in both. So now I have 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. And 1 times 8 is 8. So my final answer has to be negative 1/8. Good job, Josie. I didn't see it when I was looking at it. Would I have been okay if I'd have gone ahead and multiplied it and said I got a negative 3/18? No, 3/24. Would I have been okay there?
Yeah.
And then I would have had to have simplified. So if you don't see the bow tie, it's not going to kill you as long as you make sure you simplify. Okay? But the bow tie is a good tool. Do number 3. Completely on your own. Is it positive or negative? Good. Nikki, have to check that. Something not right. It has to do with right here. Something's wrong there. You should have gotten negative 9 18/100ths, am I correct?
Yes.
Now, let's take a look at it. I've got I typically would have said 1.8 times 5.1. And I've got 8/1 there, do we agree? We've got a 0. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 4 is 9. There we go, 918. Keep my decimal. Positive times negative means my answer has to be negative. Okay? What about number 4? What's it going to be, positive or negative?
No, positive.
It's got to be positive. And then basically I have negative 6 3/10 times negative 6/10. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 6 is 36 plus 1 is 37. How many digits behind the decimal? 2. So it's 3 78/100. And it is positive. There is your assignment. It's a small one. Okay? And it's in your paperwork, your packet.